Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. It is Sandy from Two Fat Birds Creative. Welcome in. Today we are making a cute phone holder. I'm going to let you sit and guess what the shape is, or maybe not. Maybe you can tell what it is. It's going to be a big bear. And yeah, we're doing a bunch of glitters in here, a little bit of mica. Let's see how big this guy is. So sit back, relax, come and join me as we make this guy, plus a few little extras along the way. As a bonus, I have some wildflower pictures from my little wildflower garden at the end as well, just because they're pretty, so why not? All right, stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Look at that gorgeous garden sage and this sour apple green glitter dust, super holographic. This is our teddy bear phone holder, kind of geometric teddy bear phone holder. These are the colors we are going to go with. If I could pick it up off the tray there. And I always forget that they are sealed, so I'll have to cut the top part off to get to the part where I can actually open it. These glitters do come from the PNW Glitter Co. If you're in the US, check out my description. I have a discount code with her. She's got awesome pricing and awesome glitters. Again, this is Garden Sage. I just adore this color so much. And we're also going to add some of that sour apple dust, fine glitter dust that's also got a holographic reflection on it. I also did decide, hey, let's throw in a little bit of mica. This is the counterculture mica color in Laurel. Just a hint, just because I didn't want it to be so clear, opaque, clear, transparent. So we're just going to add a little bit of color into there. I do have 2 cups made because I did not know how much resin that this geometric bear was going to take. So we're just giving it a good stir up there, getting all the glitter mixed in, getting all that mica mixed in, which a lot did stick to that stir stick. So you'll see me scraping and pressing it up against the side. You can see it all stick in there. It was really odd. I don't know why it just decided to stick so much to the edge of that, but it did. So yeah, just stirring it up some more. I'll press it up against the side of the cup on the inside, against my thumb on the outside, and try to get all that mica mixed in there. I do that for this cup, and I do it for the other cup as well, because I was thinking, maybe there's not enough mica or resin to fill up our little friend. Turned out I had plenty. That mold takes just slightly over 6 ounces, so like probably 6.125 ounces is probably what it takes. In milliliters, I'm not so sure what that is because I don't have a cup in front of me. Oh, yes, I do. Let's look over here. So just slightly over 6 would be maybe about 180 milliliters. So there you go. That's how much this guy takes. So we are, again, doing this other cup here just the same way. So we can just keep it consistent if we have to add it into our big bear. And so we'll mix this up and then we'll come right back. I do add some glue just to make sure that glitter stays suspended so it doesn't fall all down into the bear's head. I'm just adding a little drop to each. So I thought the measurement was 1 drop for every 2 ounces. So I was really surprised how thick it made this resin. Again, sorry for those that have that consistency issue when adding glue to resin, but I really didn't want all the glitter to drop down into his head and be clear up at the rest of his body. So that's my reasoning on why I was doing this, and I didn't feel like waiting forever for the resin to thicken up. So we are all mixed up, And we are going to give them a little pour. I'm going to spritz with alcohol. I know that alcohol can, let's say, rush the timeline on wearing out molds. I'm willing to work with that. I do have some mold release spray that I also will spray in these and help keep them kind of lubricated up. So we are pouring. I'm pouring slowly against that one edge and let it drop in there, hopefully trying not to create a bunch of bubbles. So I'm just filling up his head, and then we are going to stop, and we are going to squish his ears around to make sure that we've got no bubbles existing in there or around his head. And then we're going to tap, tap, tap a little bit here, and then we're going to continue on pouring our resin in. Just again, letting it flow down. Now I'm going to go after the kind of the feet area there, filling them up a little bit, give them some time if any bubbles were in there to get those bubbles out. And you can see I'm basically done with that cup. And you can see I am just a smidge shy of topping it all the way off. I don't think that even took another ounce at all. It probably just took probably half an ounce, if that, from the other cup after I got done scraping this one clean. So you see I just dropped a little bit in there, and I gave it a little spritz of alcohol on top, getting the little overspills from when I moved it and grabbing just a little bit more and topping her off. And you'll see she does get domed on one side, and the other side looks like it's not quite full, which means the last time when I leveled my table and it was level, it did not stay level. So I got a little more on one side, a little less on the other side, and I fiddle around with this, just trying to make sure that I can get as much in the areas that looked less full without it spilling over. But I do go around and keep cleaning up the edges, just trying to make sure, at least if there's any over the edges, it's going to be a real thin layer that I can easily just pull off or snip off, and trying to move it over without making a big mess as well. Now what I'm doing, I am grabbing another mold here because, you know, I make too much, so gotta have extra molds lying around, and this one is the alligator. This alligator came from Oddity Abyss. I do have a discount code for her as well in my description. She is 2fatbirds10, so spelled out 2fatbirds and the number 10. And the PNW Glitter Co is spelled out 2fatbirds and then the number 10 and then the percent sign. So it's adding just a little bit more in there and filling up our little guy here. Now, when you do add the glue and make these thicker, it is definitely harder with that thick stream. It's sometimes easier, though, when you want just a real thin stream to slowly move into those thinner bits, like his mouth where it opens, or in the end of his tail, or his little feet there. So yeah, but it gets a little gloopy and sometimes can end up being an over poured situation and little drips hanging out there. So I'm gonna find some more molds after this one. Wow, lost my train of thought there. I was looking, going, what am I doing with that? So we're gonna go ahead and find some more molds that we can put this nice glittery resin into. So it's time for demold. Surprise! Quickly, we're going right in here. I did find the other molds. You can see I did a turtle. I did that thing in the middle. That's actually a like a plant that's hanging out of the basket. I think like the succulent plants that hang over, the dolphins or the beads. I forgot there was another, the bananas. Various succulent plants that like to hang over your hanging basket. And then back there is the small skull. So let's go ahead and get this turtle guy. Let's get him demolded. I did take the tape there, trying to pick up any of that thin sheets of resin that were over poured. Get his little feet there from behind, and then we'll try to loosen up the suction there around his front flippers. Got one side, trying to pull out that other side. There we go, and then pull it off his head there. And there is our turtle. He's one of the better ones with this mold that I have made. I don't know what it is with me in this mold, but usually the bottom is so just ragged and jagged. I think it's a me issue, not necessarily the mold issue. I did also have these tiny little earring studs, little hummingbirds. Those came from molds by Colie Cole. You can find her on Instagram. And I did go ahead and I had recorded it, but it apparently didn't record, so I probably just ended up hitting the photo button instead. But I did demold that hanging plant already, and our skull mold, which previously had some glow-in-the-dark resin added to it, that bright green resin. We'll call it his brain. So I'm just going around the edges, trying to, again, get up some of that overpour that's real thin there. And this has that nice little box off to the side there. You put your thumb in and just pull it back, just like I'm doing right there. Getting it all loosened up and slowly pull it towards his head. His head is the big issue because he has a big head. And so it's just a matter of trying to work it up and around his big noggin. And them ears too. So once we can get this pulled off ever so gently, because we don't want to break it, just get that seal broke there. There we go. There, he's free. Pop my mold back the right way so that nothing happens to it. Set him off to the side there. Let's take a look. There is our lovely little bear. Isn't he so cute? Again, he is a phone holder. So in the final shots, you will see what he looks like holding the phone. Just trimming it up there. And since this was all of our demolds, I want to say thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I greatly appreciate you. I greatly appreciate my subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, think about it. It costs you absolutely not a cent. But it helps out my channel a lot. And if you can watch my videos all the way through, that helps me greatly as well. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's just a quick little short fun one here. And thank you to my members. I appreciate you guys, Lady in Resin and Silverstorm 6058. I appreciate you guys. If you're interested in being a member to help support my channel, just click the join button down below in the description as well. Now you see I am taking my deburring tool here and trying to smooth out some of those edges because it did shrink as it was curing. I do recommend don't do this when the piece is still soft. So I did put this in the curing machine for 3 hours and then it cools for another half hour. He's still soft. So I recommend don't do it at this point. I was just being impatient because when you do it when it's still soft, you can end up gouging the piece and putting a big gouge in like his leg or his side, his butt, wherever. I did put a little gouge in part of his, I think the spot between the leg and his body is where I ended up doing it. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. It's not noticeable at all. But you could also, instead of using the deburring tool, take a nail file, the grit nail files, and you could just go along the edges and smooth all of that out as well. Oh, there's where I got the gouged bit. There I am, right there, see? But yeah, so that's what I'm doing here, just trying to clean up those edges so that they're not very sharp and pokey. But again, I want to thank everybody for watching. It means everything for you to watch my videos and to enjoy them. I really hope you do enjoy them. I hope they make you happy seeing what I'm making and following along. And just give you a little break from your day and just enjoy some fun little crafting. If you are so interested, I do have discount codes, as I mentioned previously, down in my description. They are there for you to save money on your next orders. So I have, with Resiners, I have a discount code, so you could save money off the G3 machine or a mixing machine. I've got them with BondCraftor. This is made with BondCraftor resin. This is my current go-to resin. I enjoy it a lot. It does not really seem to set off my air purifier machines. It cures really well for me. Yeah, it's my go-to for regular epoxy resin. So if you're interested, check them out. You can use my code to save money. Just a little close-up of our little bear here. And one last thing I will be showing you as well is I am going to paint those little hummingbird earrings so we can fill in the etched pieces. So we'll go into that now. So here we are. I had already gotten my paint there and I just stuck it on the end of the stick, took a little silicone tool and just kind of painted it all over, making sure that I could see that the paint was going into those etched lines. This is just Deco Art Americana in lavender. Picked it up from Michael's in a whole pack of their, I guess, Americana colors. I guess set of 10 or 12, I think. And just wiping off the excess there onto a paper towel, checking it out, and there is our little guy. I still do have some excess down there on his little tail, but we'll get that cleaned up. And so I could make him a little bit more visible, I did put, I took a white marker paint pen and colored the back of the pieces in white, just so that the purple paint would stand out and be seen a little bit better than what it was looking like with the just transparent background. You kind of lose it when looking at it like that. With that, I hope you do stay tuned for the beauty shots. That's where you can see how it will hold a phone and see some beautiful wildflowers, some mallows, some cosmos, and there's another one thrown in there that I've just completely forgotten the name of. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Stay tuned for the beauty shots. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your week. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.